Hi, welcome back to the Healthy Doubt blog on the Common Sense channel. Today's topic is the acceleration of time and evolution as well, because time is a concept, evolution is a reality. Now, when most of us first got computers and the internet, it was no different than a monkey being given technology. This is because we really didn't know what to do with it. In a perfect world, individuals and especially children should be taught about the internet the same way as someone is taught to drive a car, with all the caution and all the training that goes into it. Instead of just being thrown into the deep end of a pool like we do with children and the internet these days. But this is how most things are. When they are first given to us, it takes us a while to figure them out. The first generation that uses something is almost always like a guinea pig. Smoking is like this. The first doctor that suggested that it was harmful lost his practice. Driving is like this. It took years to figure out that how dangerous it is, and airbags are very important. And the internet is definitely like this. Now, with the internet, there are basically only three possibilities. You can either use the internet or you can get used by it. And if you're the very fearful type, you can be in the third category. You're so scared of getting used by the internet that it affects you in an adverse way that you avoid it altogether. You miss the greatest opportunity of our times. You can also call these three opportunities as well informed, misinformed, and uninformed. So, people who choose to avoid using the internet are choosing to be uninformed rather than getting misinformed. They are something like that Amish community that you hear about in America. But first, let me tell you about the first category, the category that uses the internet in a productive way and in a way that enhances life. So let us use this Vince McMahon meme that's going around on the internet. You must be aware of this meme. It shows you something that accelerates gradually to a wow, overwhelming moment. So, using this meme to explain the correct way of using the internet, at the first stage, you realize that you can get information for free. If this sounds like a given, you should know about people who did not get free information. It was people like us. And I've done a blog, a video on this. I think it's called it's called A Box of Chocolates. You can see that. You can see why our life was very different. We didn't have free information. Now, at the second stage, you realize that all kinds of information is just perspectives, and that you can actually compare perspectives with each other. So, this is a fantastic use of the internet. And at the third stage, when you realize that by repeatedly doing this, comparing perspectives, you're actually spending time with some of the greatest thinkers that have been there in history as well as in this present moment. If you don't know, this is the easiest way to enhance the quality of your life, spending time with people who are better than you are. So, in this way, the internet is an absolutely wow thing if you use it correctly. Now, let me also tell you about how people get used by the internet, the second category. So, at the first stage, you will realize that you can get free entertainment of all kinds. regardless of what you're looking for, it is available, and it is also endless. Whatever you want, whatever kind of entertainment you want, it is there. At the second stage, all your time gets wasted doing this. Now, of course, you don't realize this, but this is what is happening. Normally, without the internet in the old days, you would tend to get bored, and that boredom would push you into activity. You would do something. But because of the internet, you don't get bored, and what you see on your screen is always more interesting than real life. So you can waste a lot of time. This is also part of the reason you need to keep your kids away from devices, but or at least get them to use it in a very sensible way, but we'll talk more about that some other time. Now, once you have wasted a lot of time on the internet, you reach this third stage. At the third stage, the shit has really hit the fan, and you can fundamentally screw up the structure of your thoughts. There are many examples of this. If you watch people who watch a lot of reels, you may see that they gradually get something called ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Then there are other types of people. Nowadays, elections are going on. So if you say the name of Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, you will see these people just launch into a verbal diarrhea. They have spent a lot of time on the internet, and they are part of communities where a lot of negativity abounds. But just saying someone's name, it triggers them in an unbelievable way. It is a mental illness, and it does come from a lot of improper usage of the internet. But probably the worst affected people are the gender dysphoria people. These are people today with absolutely absurd ideas about sex and gender. Throughout the history of mankind, people have never had such ideas as these guys have it today. So you must wonder, where have they got these ideas from? And the answer is again the internet. Repeated consumption of the wrong kind of thought as knowledge or as entertainment causes people to both create as well as customize their own mental illnesses. So this is how improper usage of the internet will lead you to almost a destructive phase. In this way, the internet is an entity that accelerates time. Whatever the sum total of your life is supposed to be, wherever your mind was supposed to evolve into, the internet makes it happen faster. In this way, the internet accelerates time. But what is it? What is the internet? The internet is a digital. Let me find some space on that slide. The internet is a digital copy of life. These are some images that come up when you search for the following things. The images on the left side are the images that come up when you search for a farmer in India, a sex worker in Amsterdam, or a food blogger in Japan, or a doctor in Venezuela. The internet creates a digital copy of all these things because everyone uploads their thing onto the internet. And of course, the internet also brings together our ideas of the future, which is that robotic dog in the top right corner, our ideas of the past, of history, our ideas of creativity, and our ideas of commerce. The internet takes all these things and it creates a base of knowledge. Over this, we put our attitudes to present all this knowledge in the form of our social media profiles. This is, broadly speaking, the structure of the internet. Now comes the twist. Does this remind you of anything else? Broadly speaking, yes, this is the structure of the internet, and narrowly, this is also the structure of a human being. People are also like this. Think about it. There is a certain amount of knowledge, and there is a certain attitude and philosophy to present that knowledge to the rest of the world. Isn't that what a human being is? But remember that we are living in a time when the speed at which technology comes to us is much faster than the speed at which we can evolve to keep up with that technology. That's something to think about. That technology is faster, we are slower. Because this structure of the internet and this structure of the human being or the human mind is also the structure of artificial intelligence bots that will start to move around the internet and social media. A bot is also something that has a certain kind of knowledge and a certain attitude to present that knowledge. Now, you know this man. This is Mr. Elon Musk. And Elon Musk recently said that artificial intelligence must be fundamentally truth seeking. What does this mean? He has said a very profound thing. What do you think it is? He is talking about the character of this bot, of these bots. You see, right now, most of us are believers. We are truth believing people. All our knowledge is something that we believe. We don't have any reasoning for that belief. This is why a researcher is a specialized job. Otherwise, everyone is a researcher in their own field. Now, if a bot is a seeker and most people are believers, a bot becomes more evolved than a human being. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It is a good thing for sure. It is an important thing. And it is also a necessary thing. See, right now, most of the conflict in the world happens because I believe something, someone else believes something else. Both of us have no reasoning for our beliefs. We just believe it. This is true about our ideas of history. This is also true for our ideas of science. This is true for all our ideas, that we believe them. The fundamental nature of most of us is that we are believers and we don't want to change our belief. So whenever we get into any kind of a discussion, our tendency is to move towards conflict. But a seeker is never in conflict. He just changes his belief to a more suitable belief because that agrees with his reasoning. So, Mr. Elon Musk is saying that artificial intelligence, the character of it, should be truth seeking. And a truth seeking artificial intelligence serves all humanity, while the current artificial intelligence serves only the people who made it. It tries to be politically correct. So, what happens if artificial intelligence does become truth seeking? Well, artificial intelligence will definitely become superior to a human being, but more importantly, we will enter another period of even greater acceleration of time where all our ideas of history and science will change. If you have been following my written blog, I have surely mentioned this somewhere, or maybe I have mentioned this even multiple times, that at this moment in the Kal Chakra meaning the wheel of time, a yug is changing, a civilization is changing. What is the most important thing that you can do in this moment? If you plan to be around for the next 30 years, try to undo the knots in your mind, the concepts and philosophies you have been taught to live by. Try to replace them only with observable truth and not other concepts and philosophies. Artificial intelligence is going to do this anyway in the next 50 years. But when artificial intelligence does it to you, it will be painful. And if you do it to yourself, it will be joyful. All right, people, that's it for me from this episode of the Healthy Doubt blog. We'll catch you again next time.